Gentlemen, are you ready? It's 9 o'clock. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're gonna have a little different, gentlemen, but I will ask for, is there any additions or deletions for the agenda? And yes, there's going to be. The sheriff is not here today, so we're gonna move the sheriff's report into the consent agenda. We should have all that. So that being said,
Mr. Chair, I'd make a motion to approve the agenda with the changes that was just made.
thank you, and this will be a roll call, so I have a motion in a second. Roll call will
The agenda first one.
oh yeah, excuse me, you're right. Sorry, so additions for the deletion, so I got a motion in a second. Those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Now, before we move on to the consent agenda, I guess I'm gonna take the lead here and take a little bit of thunder away from our administrator. We have a county commissioner retiring. So I am gonna meet you over there. We got a little things here and I got a lot to say. Okay, the only one to stop, okay, everything, got a dream, you can stop right there, right there. Okay, this is an appreciation for our county commissioner, Jeff Jelinski, it's from our county administrator, and again, we appreciate your service for that.
Thank you.
And then most of all, I'm sure you recognize some of these.
I've seen this before,
Okay.
well, kind of, sort of, but not.
So this is gonna be for you. This is from, we have a lot of signatures on here. I don't even have them read. Our county board has, signed on here, but this is for your appreciation and your service, Jeff, to the county, and you will truly be missed. So, that is yours also to take home and put it somewhere. So
Thank you.
and myself personally, I'm just gonna tell you, Jeff, it's been a wonderful 12 years. Again, we've had our ups and downs, but I say I have the privilege of serving with you all 12 years. So again, I want to thank you for that. And you will be missed. We'll have your type of personality that you have here and your questions and that sort. And I mean, you had some ups and downs as far as us agreeing with one another or not agreeing with one another, but at the end, I'm gonna shake your hand and I'm gonna call you my friend, so I will miss you. All right.
Thank you.
Now we'll move from there. Commissioner Lemire, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, just something quick. I've known JJ a long time and he's always been a bright spot in the room. He's always smiling and, he's one of the hardest and most dedicated public servants I've had the privilege to know. And I'm proud to have served with him and, you will be missed very much, Jeffrey.
Thank you.
Commissioner Blaine, 3 minutes.
Don't worry, I'll get us all out of here before dark, so, no, Jeff, I know you're probably prepared for this, have been prepared for this day. I guess I'm not, the selfish part of me isn't, prepared to necessarily let you go. I think the impact that you have had to Morrison County is really hard to put into words. There's things about you and how you handle yourself and how you carry yourself that have become a part of the culture for all of the employees with this organization. You're just the tremendous poster child for carrying a positive outlook, even in difficult situations, to encourage others to be positive, which really resonates within the ranks of this organization. But I think the one thing that, or the two things that the residents of Morrison County will always remember about you and your service is, number one, you understood your job and you did your job. And if for a lot of us, including myself, we have to keep reminding ourselves of that. Understand what our job is and then go and execute that. The other point that I think everyone in the county that's crossed your path will recognize and remember is the fact that you are a man of tremendous kindness, and you show that, you wear that on your sleeve. And everyone that meets you remembers that aspect and that characteristic about Jeff Jelinski. For me, it's been an honor to serve with you, and it's been a privilege, and I wish you nothing but the best for you and Barb into your retirement.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Commissioner Casper.
Jeff, I don't know what I can say to add to what these guys have said. You know, I had a boss years ago that pointed his bony finger in my face and he said, Casper, you can be replaced. But if I was to point at you, Jeff, I would say you can't be replaced. You have done an amazing job. Your wisdom gathered through the years. And, you know, I lost you in an election about, I think, 4 years ago, like a 2-1. And now I look back and I say, no wonder. You are well loved and you've got a great deal of wisdom, Jeff. We will miss you. We'll miss you terribly. Gosh, I wish you weren't retiring, but at the same time, I'm torn. I'm happy as a little billy goat for you. So happy, so proud of you. Thank you. Thank you for all your years of service, Jeff. God bless you.
We're not gonna do a photo op quite yet. We want to hear from you. Do you have any?
I really don't. I'm kind of someone that obviously, as you very well know, Commissioner, is generally lost for words or for things to say. Similar to Commissioner Blaine. As a matter of fact, thank you, Commissioner Blaine, for joining the board because it took a lot of pressure off me. I no longer was the one that anybody pointed the finger at. Oh, Jelinski's talking again. No, we have a term for Greg and Greg knows it. I'll get blamed once in a while. And that's fine. And you took that away from me, and that's okay. I'm very happy to hear that. However, I would be remiss to say thank you to the entire board. Commissioner Wincher said it. 12 years ago, we walked into the old boardroom together. I was thinking of this coming to work this morning. We walked in formation. Commissioner Johnson, myself, I can't remember, and Donnie Meyer. That's how we walked in. Little did I know that I was sitting next to the chair, or who would become the chair in just a moment or two. And little did I know that I would be sitting next to the chair and I would now be elected as the vice chair as the first order of business the county made that year. Thinking, wait a second, I'm a brand new commissioner. I'm now the vice chair of this board. What am I going to do next? What happens? I don't know. I have to keep my mouth shut because Commissioner Johnson ran the show, did a very good job of it. And I learned a lot. And I learned a lot from the board then. And I learned a lot about the board today and every day that I meet with you, gentlemen. It's a wonderful deal. Thank you for being yourselves and representing people the way that you represent people. However, there's a couple of other people that I need to thank. One of them is our administrator. Folks, I got to tell you, no matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody thinks, we have one of the top-notch administrators in the state of Minnesota. Matt came to us with an astounding military career and has led this team, not only this board, but this team of Morrison County through everything that we are today. And we've done a wonderful job. Matt, thank you very much for that. I consider you a close personal friend of mine. Thank you very much for everything that you did for me. However, the most important person on this board, and I know that the board will absolutely agree with me on this, is that we have the deputy clerk. We have a deputy clerk that takes photographs up very often, is with us today. And I will tell you that having a deputy clerk means more to each one of us board members than anybody has any idea. She keeps us in line. She keeps us where we are. All of our stuff is laid out for us all the time. That is a tribute to Tabitha. And I can only say thank you enough over and over for that. And obviously I need to thank people of District 2, people of Morrison County for allowing me to be the commissioner of District 2 for the past 4 terms for the past 12 years. And Mr. Chair, that's all I've got. Thank you.
And we're on live TV, right?
We are being recorded, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so my last thing is, I believe these tables are set up here for you, Commissioner Zelinski.
It's amazing.
So for people out there in TV land or here at the courthouse, at 11 o'clock, correct me if I'm wrong, there's gonna be a little retirement party for you. And you can sit there and shoot the bee and they'll tell you the things that are good and the things that are bad. And I believe that's till 1 o'clock. So anybody out there in TV land knows that we're honoring our commissioner from District 2. So again, now we're going back. Would our administrator like to say something?
Oh,
What do you have?
Mr. Chair, no, well, I appreciate the opportunity. Commissioner Jelinski, as the chair just alluded to, at 11:30 today, we're also going to take a moment to share some thoughts and to honor you with those in our presence. But your infectious positive attitude is felt across the organization, your outreach to staff and how you provide them encouragement and positive touch points is remarkable. And I couldn't be more proud to serve alongside you, to call you a mentor, a guide, as well as a friend. So thank you for my very short 3 years with you, but I also get to call you neighbor. So I look forward to continuing a friendship, which I'm proud to call you my friend, and wish you and Barb, as Commissioner Blaine said, the best as you start your next chapter. Thank you very much for your service.
Thank you. Thank you.
If not, we can have a photo walk.
That's up to you. So
All right. We're gonna leave it up to our assistant administrator.
Let's do it.
What do you want? You can bring. You gotta bring one of your certificates.
which one do you want me to bring?
Whichever one you want.
I know which one I'm bringing right here.
That's this. That's your take.
We're gonna have picture taken.
And you know what? Before we do that, let's get his name taken. Up to maybe, so they know who you are.
I'm sure they need to know that. You just have to look at Joseph and say, Joseph, is this thing straight or how should I be doing this?
It's good like that.
All right.
Perfect.
One more.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, please, please, that, please.
Pop in
If it's too close, you just gotta pinch it to back up.
You can pinch it easy.
Yeah.
Just pinch it slowly.
Back, do that.
That, right there.
Outside.
Fantastic. Oh, Joseph. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Whatever, thank you.
All right, I'd shake your hand right now, Scott, but we're still gonna be dealing. with
Okay,
it.
very good. Thank you, thank you.
Is that what you said?
Oh, this is yours, Mike. That's good.
Oh,
Thank you, Jim. We got
Okay,
something.
this is what we have. There's lots of cats.
All right. Wow.
Hey. All right, moving forward. Now we have the approval of the consent agenda. Again, the addition was added for the sheriff's report.
Mr. Chair, make a motion that we approve the consent agenda for us.
I need a second.
Second.
All right, and I'm gonna ask at least our county commissioner that's retiring to get one approval or second.
Sorry about
So,
Scratch that.
we gotta get that in. So again, we're gonna scratch that approval for the roll or approval of the consent agenda. I'm gonna ask Commissioner Zelinski if he approves it.
Mr. Chair, I do approve it, and I would make a motion to approve our consent agenda.
All right, thank you for that. And then we'll go to a second.
Second,
Okay, now we have a second. All right, and again, any more discussion, anything to be pulled? If not, this will be a roll call. I'm gonna do Commissioner Lemire.
Aye.
Commissioner Blaine.
Aye.
Commissioner Casper.
Aye.
Myself is an aye. Commissioner Jelinski.
Aye.
All right, thank you for that. Moving forward. Administrators report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a couple of items for the board today from me. First off, at each of your workstations, when you came in this morning, you had a ballot provided to you by Sourcewell. Received a mailing last week dated December 17th with the subject of voting information and ballot for the Sourcewell Board of Directors election. And this ballot is for Subregion 4. There's one candidate that had filed for that position. It's our Mayor of Little Falls, Greg Zilka. Sourcewell has asked each commissioner to cast a vote on the ballot that I provided you at your station. Also behind that ballot was a biography for Greg Zilka. At the bottom of the page, Subregion 4, my name is Greg Zilka. I'm the mayor and lifelong resident in the city of Little Falls. Presently, I serve on the Sourcewell Board of Directors as chair. I've served on the Sourcewell Board of Directors for just under 8 years, elected to vice chair, then chair. Currently, I also serve on the Sourcewell Board of Trustees, North Central Economic Development Authority as chair, Region 5 Transportation Advisory Committee as chair, Morrison County Rural Development Finance Authority as chair, Little Falls Economic Development Authority as chair, Community Development of Morrison County, Little Falls Morrison County Airport Commission, and past chair and current board member of the Coalition of Greater Minnesota Cities. I would appreciate your vote. So I will collect and have collected ballots from the commissioners, and what I will do then is fold them, put them in an envelope, seal them, sign across, and return to Sourcewell. So I just wanted to get that on the minutes, Mr. Chair. The second item, unless there are any questions on that. The second item is the December 17th board meeting. The board held a closed session regarding my performance evaluation and in accordance with state statute 13D05 subdivision 3, an output of that product or an output of that meeting is a summary. So I will provide a summary and the board can feel free to add, amend, take away as you see fit. But my notes from that closed session, which was regarding my performance evaluation, is that I'm encouraged to maintain a positive and impactful relations with the staff, continue timely and relevant communications with the board, both written and verbal. The board appreciates the problem solving, how it is approached, the methodology and executed by the staff and my oversight. The community involvement is recognized and the outreach towards cities and townships is seen and felt. Continue to get a greater understanding of what the job is and what it isn't. Stay grounded in consistency. Maintain a we can always do better attitude now and into the future. And lastly, I was asked by the board to provide them ideas of how they can continue to support not only myself, but the rest of the staff of the organization. Gentlemen, those are my summary notes from the evaluation.
Any comments for our administrator? Again, I just want to reiterate, we want to thank you, Matt, for all the work you did this year and moving forward. Again, you're a great asset to the county, so thank you very much for that. And Happy New Year.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And my last item, I guess I'll just start it off from here. Mr. Chair, as we close out 2024, on behalf of the leadership and staff of the county, I would like to tell you thank you for serving as the chair of the Morrison County Board of Commissioners and the Morrison County Board. Very small, very small token of appreciation. We have our certificate here awarded to Commissioner Randy Wincher in recognition and appreciation of your service to Morrison County and serving as the chairman to the Morrison County Board of Commissioners for the year 2024. And then what some may not know is the gavel that you've been using all year is yours. That is also a token of appreciation and a gift for your service as the chair. As I was coming in today, and while really over the last couple of weeks reflecting over 2024, it's really been quite the year. And I know last year, if I recall properly, I did something similar for Commissioner Jelinski. I remember, him being the rudder that kept the ship steered straight and through the choppy waters. And I'm thinking, man, what was 2024? And Commissioner Wincher, and I'm always about these analogies, and it hit me as I was going through the fog yesterday. You're like our lighthouse, and providing guidance, providing direction, a sense of security and safety. We had a very interesting year with some controversial type topics that originated at the federal and even state level that you got pressure on to address. And you did, and by my assessment, a wonderful job of helping us as an organization through those conversations. We took on some bigger projects as a county staff this year. Your leadership and guidance helped us through those as well. We addressed ARPA and the execution and commitment of those funds, and what's going to happen with our historical courthouse will be seen for years to come. There were so many monumental type events that took place in 2024. It is a year that will be remembered. But I think when I was reflecting on it, what hit me hardest there is you did all that during not only a presidential election, but an election year with your name on the ballot. And I've never been in that role or scenario, but I can only imagine the added pressures that are put on you as a person who is running for reelection and addressing difficult topics. So for that, Mr. Chair, I just want to offer you a heartfelt thanks for that, and appreciate your guidance and wisdom as well as your leadership through 2024. So I think I can ask the rest of the board if they'd like to say anything, if that's all right, Mr. Chair.
If you guys aren't pressured to say anything,
Mr. Chair, if I may,
go ahead, Commissioner Zelinski.
it's been 12 years. We just got done saying that, talking about it. We've both been in the seat that you're sitting in right now. Maybe not the exact chair, but the same seat. And for the last year, you did a remarkable job. You truly did. You alluded to, we don't always agree. I can look at each one of the board members at this table, and I can look at them absolute honestly, so can you, and say, we don't always agree. Anyone that thinks that there's some hidden plan out there that, the board gets together and has this secret meeting and it's all done, it's all taken care of before it ever happens, the most untrue thing that there ever could be. This board does not ever get together as a group in some secret hideout and come up with the plan that's going to take place. And you've led us through all of that. And we haven't. We never have, ever. To go through everything that the administrator just got done talking about, and there's more that I'm not going to start talking about. I'm going to save that for Commissioner Blaine, because I'm confident he's got something more to say that will outshine me to no end. And that's fine. That's a good deal. All I want to do is say thank you very much for your service. Thank you very much for being the past board chair, and good luck to you in the future. Thank you.
Thanks. Right. Well,
Want to say something?
You will.
not pressured to
Go ahead. Go
Well,
ahead.
be-
Make-
Thank
make-
you guys for releasing it.
I'll try and collect some thoughts, because there wasn't,
Just remember, the rest of, because you're gonna be chair next year, you better.
I know, so I was telling you, hard shoes to fill. But no, you do a great job as chair. I like how you run a meeting, and keep the meeting flowing, and gotta sometimes take care of this guy,
That's right.
but we love him too.
3 minutes.
there's always gotta be someone there to cut me off, so that I'll get home before dark. But, Commissioner Wincher, I respect you for your service to the county and the number of years to the county, and the knowledge that you have on things that an experience that I don't have. So I look to you for that, and that's been a plus for me in my service, as well as to other members of the board here. Um, I too, will echo kind of what our administrator said too. In one of his last comments on, what people don't, a lot of people don't understand. The stress and I'll say maybe, some of the anxiety and or, uneasiness about, being that person with your name on the ballot and the speculation, by others. One of the things that you taught me, this past year is when people say things that are not truthful about you, there is a way to carry yourself and a way not to, carry yourself and or retaliate or whatever. And, how you carried yourself, really elevated, your character. And I think, showed with the electorate out there in your huge win, in November. And, we all know that, there are people that will go to extensive lengths and we will make statements and or things that are attacking, of your character, and of your position and things that are not true. And, you rose above all of those, and you kept to your levels of, ethics and standards. And, I think that really speaks volumes to your level of leadership, this past year. I don't know if you're gonna be in the 4-hole and 5-hole yet next year, but we'll figure that out as we go along. But, I look forward to the opportunity to serve with you again, at least for 2 more years.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. And Bobby, if you got just a second or a minute, I know you haven't been working, you're the rookie of the bunch here, so.
Yeah. Well, Randy, I just want to thank you. You know, you and I had, we've had shared conversations on the phone. And you've always been very helpful to me. I appreciate that big time. I appreciate your leadership running the meetings. I think you've done a spectacular job. You're always willing to listen to others and to see what their input is. And anytime there's been an issue, you're not a person to jump to conclusions. You're willing to listen to the facts, to seek the facts out. And I admire that. Thank you so much. Thank you for serving as chair. I think you did a wonderful job.
Gentlemen, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you this last year working with you four. It's been a team effort. And again, I look forward to working with our new board chair next year. So that'll be coming up here, I believe, in January. So thanks again.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, you know what? Let's get a picture with our commissioners. Commissioners, I can take this. Put it on there.
The lady.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get to be up. Oh,
Jeff's got to stand right by
yeah,
you.
that's fine. I appreciate that. Yeah.
You should, yeah, you should be with the chair.
That's right.
Take one more with the passing of the gavel.
Yes, you should. Absolutely. Even though it's not technical.
We don't know that.
Okay, no, that's right.
All
right. All right. Can't,
So moving forward, we're gonna have Commissioner Zelinski give us his,
oh my goodness.
for next year for work. Oh, that's right. You're not gonna.
No, no, I'm gonna pass on the calendar sign.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Gotta find somebody you can pick on.
Somebody else.
And keep in mind, gentlemen, we already went through this last week or 2
Yes.
weeks ago already.
Yep.
So
Do
now,
we have to do it?
no, we don't have to do it again, but our our assistant administrator, I know she's called everything, I always like calling her that. But anyway, if we have any changes or any more updates?
Why don't you go through?
Commissioner Casper. Do you have any updates at all? That's,
Previously, we went through the 11th, so I have all of your meetings through the 11th.
Okay, and
The next board meeting. So we just made changes.
any changes or additions?
Yeah, Tuesday the seventh, I've got community development that day at noon, right at the Piers Room, right here. And I was wondering, man, my calendar shows some meeting up in Park Rapids. I don't know what that's about. Have you guys got that on your?
Yeah, the community health stakeholders meeting.
Yes. I'm not sure what that's referring to. Is anybody familiar with that?
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I don't have that, but I'll find out, Commissioner, and I'll get you an answer on that.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Commissioner Zelinski.
for Tabitha, I think I probably had January 2nd down as a legislative committee meeting for me.
Okay.
I checked the agenda. Been in contact with the new chair, the new appointed chair of that committee. There's a new representative now for AMC on that committee, so I do not believe I will be attending. Unless I get correspondence from the incoming chair, I won't be attending that. And even if I do, it's a virtual meeting.
Okay.
So thank you for that.
Anything else? Tabitha, you have anything else?
No.
It is now 9:32. Meeting adjourned. Thanks.
Thank you,
guys.
Mr. Chair. Very good. Good job, Mr. Chair.